Hello, everyone. I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday season this year. I'm super happy to be back. I don't know about you guys. Like, it's always nice getting back to like a routine of everything. But this week, we're going to be doing tile chess, and then I'm hoping to get the Big Fantasy Trip Legacy Edition box because I really want to open it and see everything that's inside. I know it's a monster. I got to see it a little bit before it's like final production, but I have not got to see the whole thing. So hopefully I can open that on Thursday for you, but we will take a look at the Kickstarter today and I will show you guys how to play tile chess. So, tile chess is not something you usually see out at like conventions and stuff. I don't see it that often, but I really love this game a lot. Let's take this to the table here. And of course, join in on the conversation. You know, we like hearing all of you guys and what you guys have to say. So, this here, I just opened it. It comes with, this is a 4 player game. So, if you like chess or you know how to play chess, this is going to be very easy for you to transition. And I love that it's a 4 player game as well. And I believe that they have an expansion for this as well that puts it like up to 6 players, but I'm not sure if the expansion is available. But we have our instructions here. And I'm going to tell you all about the little aspects of the rules and stuff. This isn't a new game. No, it's not new. This has been out for a while. This is actually a classic. You just don't see it that often anymore, you know? And you're going to get all these lovely colored pieces in here. We're going to use red, of course, because red's an excellent, excellent color. And like I said, if you know how to play chess, this is going to be super easy for you to pick up. You can play with 2 players, 3 players, 4 players. And what you're going to be doing, let's do red and blue. In a 2 player game, you're going to use all of the pawns that are in here. There's 8 pawns. And as your game gets larger, you're going to negate some of those pawns. So in a 3 player game, you're only going to use 6 pawns per person. And then in a 4 player game, you're only going to use 4 pawns per person. Hello, everybody who's just coming in. And this is really cool. I love how you set up the board with this, okay? The tiles they're made of like a hard plastic, and they have really nice coloring and like the little painted pieces on here. It's very easy to tell what they are. They're nice and big. But 2 players are going to grab their tiles. And what you get to do is the player who's going to go first gets to put their tile out first. And we're going to actually build a board with these, which is really cool. This is one of my favorite parts because this is a super strategic part of the game, guys. I love when games make the setup of it just as strategic as playing the game. Like, of course, chess, you know, wherever you put your pieces is super important, right? So, first player is going to put their piece out on the board here. And then every piece that gets placed has to be next to another piece. And it can be next to as far as adjacent, up, down, left, right, or orthogonic here. I believe that's the orthogonic. But they're going to have to be in the corners, okay? So you can place a piece like that, and then red player is going to place another piece, and you're actually going to be building your board as you go along. Now, the really interesting part of this game is that when pieces are connected like this, they become trapped because you cannot actually break up the board. If you had a bunch of other pieces that were down over here, and you had a bunch of other pieces that were right over here, this player right here cannot move his piece because if he did, then the board would actually break up here. And so it adds like a whole new level to chess where you're not just looking at people's pieces and where they're moving and stuff, but you're also looking at the fact of, okay, I cannot break up my board and I can actually trap pieces on the board here. Okay, Jimmy says that this new version with the plastic tiles have a nice feature that the circle on the bottom, so you can press them down and then pick them up. And I absolutely love that. Yeah, because the cardboard version on it, you're completely right. It's when you start getting all the pieces together here piled up and then you're trying to reach for something in the middle here, With a cardboard version, that becomes cumbersome because you have to like pick your piece out of here. But with the bottom being the way it is, all you have to do is press on that piece and then it comes up really fast and you can move it, okay? So, other than the actual board state itself being something that you have to maneuver around as you're playing, there's some really interesting aspects. So, a lot of the pieces move the way they normally would. Like a pawn is going to move up, but it can also move up, down, left, or right on the board, and it still attacks on the sides here. So either way, so this pawn could attack here, and then here and here as well. Okay? Other pieces can move through pieces of the same color as well. Okay? So if I wanted to move this rook here up, I could move it through its own pieces. I can't move through the other colors pieces, but I can move through my own, okay? And that makes it really nice because you can kind of maneuver around the board and then you can change the board state and make it so other people become trapped and can't move, and then that limits the pieces that they're using for their game, which is so awesome. I just played this with my kid who plays chess and like tournament style chess and stuff, and they absolutely loved it. Like, I hadn't introduced them to it yet. I played this before myself, but I hadn't introduced them, and they were like over the moon with it because of that extra thinking that you had to do. Let's see here. What else is new about this? Okay, so horses, the knights, they still jump where they can move around other pieces here. So if you wanted to move this one here, it could go 1, 2, and then it could go over and capture a piece right there. And in that case, we would just take it out and put it there. And we could totally do that because we didn't actually change or cut off the board state there because this pawn was still connected to this right here. Like that. It's really cool, guys. Oh my goodness. The comments are cracking me up right now. You guys are awesome. What else do we have here? The kings. Okay. So, kings, of course, they can move up, down, left, right. Queens, rooks, and your bishops, they can end up moving across the entire board state. So if you had your bishop right here, he is able to move all the way through there, and as many spaces as he can as long as he's not passing through somebody else. But I really enjoy the fact that this takes a two-player game that, I mean, there's only so many games that you can play that are two players. You know, you can usually play with your spouse or your kid and stuff, but usually there's always more than two players, guys. And I love the fact that this has enough tiles to play for 3 to 4 people. It's super awesome. And the board state just makes that whole new level of complexity that I really, really love in this game. What else do we have going on here? Capturing the king. Oh, capturing the king in multiplayer. Okay. The other really fantastic thing about this, whenever you're playing with multiple players, is the fact that when you go and you capture somebody's king in the game, you not only get the win of, you know, capturing the king and getting their king, but you get all of the other person's pieces to play with. So you've basically taken over their army, and then you get to fight the other player with your army as well as theirs. And the board state, as you start progressing down into a smaller board here, you really struggle with having pieces that are way off here that you can't necessarily move too quickly as you go down. And they become trapped, and then you can't move these pieces. And like this piece right here, you might want to use it if people are getting across here, but then you just end up not being able to. It's so cool, guys. And this is a classic. It's been out for a while. I love the new pieces to it. They're super amazing. If you guys have any questions about it, let me know. Yeah, Captain Black, it's like chess with a twist. And I like the twist because I enjoy classic chess, but I only play it so many times, you know, especially having a chess player in the house that does tournament stuff and everything. I can only play chess so many times, guys. And this adds a new level of complexity where they get to kind of play and go into the concepts of movement and stuff and capturing things, as well as add something new and keeps things fresh. And then you can add more people to it, and it gets really fun. This is not going to Kickstarter, I believe, and Jimmy might be able to answer this question for us. Is it out right now with the new plastic pieces and stuff? Hopefully he'll be able to answer us. Hopefully he's still here. Other than that, we have Fantasy Trip that is on Kickstarter right now, though, okay? So, Fantasy Trip, last year they did this huge big box set for that. It's a big legacy edition. And now, let me switch over for you guys here. Now, they're going to be offering Fantasy Trip New Adventures, which is fantastic. So they're building off of that with Fantasy Trip, especially after everybody is hopefully receiving their Kickstarter editions and everything, has received everything that they need to, and they want to create more content for this. So right now they have a Kickstarter going on. This is actually by Warehouse 2023. So if you're looking on Kickstarter and you just type in Steve Jackson, make sure to know that this, you can type in Warehouse 23 and then go to that and then find it immediately, which is really nice, okay? But don't get confused like I did. I looked for the Steve Jackson portion of it and I was like, where is this thing at? But it is listed under Warehouse 23. So this here, not only are they providing new adventures that they want to write for the game and the campaigns and stuff, but they're also offering a bunch of really cool items that if you have Fantasy Trip or you're interested in getting it, this is the perfect time to go back and do that, okay? So these are the published adventures that they have that are available, which is the Chaos Triads and then the Fantasy Trip Legacy Edition. Then they have some ones that they're working on. But I want to get down to some of the goodies that they have, guys. So they have some really cool stuff on here. And we have some of the pocket folders that have been unlocked already. Like this campaign's doing really well. Yep. Eagerly waiting for the Fantasy Trip and then the supporting adventures. Yes. So Captain Black, I'm going to be opening, hopefully, the Legacy Edition Fantasy Trip here this week. If you want to come back and join me, we're going to check out a lot of the cool stuff that they're offering on here. It's going to be amazing. Super excited about it. But here's the add-ons I was talking about. So you can get the Fantasy Trip Adventures in a paperback, which I really like. And they have the PDF editions here. They have Cthulhu dice, which these dice are so awesome, guys. Well, first off, I love dice, so that also helps. But, okay, yes, Dr. GloryHoundd Tile Chess is on Warehouse 23. Thank you so much for letting us know. Fantastic. Yes, the playmats, Jimmy, do look super awesome. I'm so excited to see them in person. Let's see here. Love to see the GloryHoundd show and some of the Ogre reskins when ready. Ooh, that would be really cool. Maybe we'll have to do that, Keith. I'll put that on my list of things to do. We have here though the Cthulhu dice, which are like $12. Like I'm gonna have to get some of those. But I really like the melee cloth playmat that they have here for this. Like I'm a sucker for getting a like an RPG and then getting all the extra stuff for it. So I'm like, oh man, I need all this stuff. We have the wizard playmat. I saw some really other cool stuff. Okay, so the retro style melee and wizard pocket game, which I believe that Philip had a copy of that where you could like pop it open and see that on the Steve Jackson Game website, which was really cool. We have the wizard box game and the melee box game. And then if you missed the gigantic Legacy Edition Fantasy Trip, they do have it on here. So anybody who missed it, totally awesome. You can come over here and get that. And the box is so heavy. So heavy. Like picking it up, I was like, oh my gosh, there's so much stuff that they put in there. It's amazing. Okay, and then if you want just the rule book and stuff, I'm telling you, like the add-ons on this are fantastic right now. Ooh, and then the Want It All. You know, I love how Steve Jackson puts together these items where you can get everything you need all at once. Like you don't have to worry about going and calculating everything here and there. Like you just go and you get the Want It All thing and boom, you got everything you need. So that's fantastic. And this is only up for another 6 days. So I'm going to be, like I said, hopefully opening the box on Thursday so you guys can all see it. And you guys can, still get in your pledges and everything. Because I want you guys to see this stuff so then you can go and pledge for the stuff and everything. That's always nice. And what else do we have planned this month? So we have so much stuff planned this month. I feel like I have so much to tell you guys for the new year here. So I'm going to be talking about Warhammer 40,000 this month. We're going to be talking about the Starfinder Big Box, which has everything in it. I'm going to open one of those this month. We're also going to do Nightmare Chests. So if you like the tile chests that I went ahead and went over today, I'm also going to be doing Nightmare Chess, and you can actually combine the two because I believe Nightmare Chess has cards with it, and you can add those cards for like a super chaotic chess game if that is your jam. And I'm going to be opening that later this month as well. Does anybody have any questions about Fantasy Trip or tile chess? Like, I feel like it's gone quick today. I guess tile chess is a pretty quick game though. I think it only took us about, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 minutes with just two people. It wasn't too bad at all. It can go up to 60 minutes, but I believe that's whenever you got like 4 players involved. Whenever you get 4 players involved, it gets crazy. Okay? Other than that, like I said, I hope everybody had a wonderful holiday. I missed you guys. I'm super happy to be back and to show you guys lots of awesome stuff. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you guys all on Thursday, where hopefully we'll do another giveaway, okay? So we're going to continue doing Thursday giveaways if we can, all right? Everybody have an excellent week.